In today's video, I'm going to help you prepare for your Scrum Master interview question by giving you tips and tricks on how you can navigate your questions and become a standout candidate. The best part of this video is that I will give you a model answer which you can use to approach your questions when you have an interview session, particularly if that question comes up. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. John Beam is my name from Winkle IT Consulting, where we train and mentor Scrum Masters. So if you are looking to take a Scrum Master training or you are a Scrum Master who is looking for mentorship, reach out to us and we'll figure out how we can be of help. So as mentioned, the video of today is to tackle one more question that can help you be better prepared for your interview. So, and the question of today, let me share my screen. How should a Scrum Master communicate with or support the product owner? This is a question that you definitely will have it, you have it posed to you in your interview. Like I always said, take a deep breath, think, collect your thoughts before you start to shoot. Do not just jump in immediately after the question. The tendency is you may not sell yourself well when you begin to doubt yourself, when you begin to babble. That is not really the best. So, like I always approach it, think of what is expected of you in this question. So, what does the interviewer want? So, the first thing is how should a product owner or a scrum master communicate with the product owner? Understand that the interviewer wants to know if you understand how you should, as a scrum master, relate or support or communicate with the product owner or help the product owner, because the relationship between a scrum master and the product owner is as crucial. They are like, I always liken it to the relationship between the hand and the glove. Sorry. Could you, another expectation is, could you talk about a scenario in which you actually collaborated with the product owner or supported the product owner or communicated with the product owner? These are still the same things. So there are various ways in which the Scrum Master collaborates, but I always like to pick out one example and show you how you can use the STAR method, because it is with the STAR method that we are telling a story. Let's look at some of the ways in which you as a Scrum Master can collaborate with or support or help the product owner be successful in delivering value to the team. The first is helping the product owner to know how to clarify requirements to the team members. Clarification of requirements is very important. As we know, the role of the product owner is communicating with the stakeholders, receiving requirements, and then translating these requirements into user stories, which are listed in the product backlog. So, how does the product owner communicate these requirements to the team is very, very crucial. And you, the Scrum Master, before a sprint planning or refinement, you make sure that you discuss with your product owner to understand if he's very clear on those requirements. And if you realize that he's not really clear on those requirements, it's important that you can coach him to seek for the support of the stakeholder to be able to help in giving those clarifications to the team members, because without proper clarification of the requirements of the user stories to the team members, the tendency is there is garbage in and there will be garbage out. So clarification of requirements is how you help the product owner or support. The next is encouraging collaboration. There are some product owners who really don't know how to collaborate with the team in terms of being available for the team, being an absentee Scrum product owner. This is really something you encourage, keep encouraging your product owner to be around the team, to always be available for the team should they need any clarification or should they require any support from the product owner in giving more clarification or in terms of talking about prioritization. Also, facilitating discussions. You may work with a product owner who is really not very good in having discussions with the team or not knowing how to pass across information to the team. and there is always like a friction or misunderstanding between him and the team, your job is to support that product owner to be able to facilitate those discussions. Always, like what I've always done is one-on-one session with my product owner where we just discuss sample ideas. In such sessions, I have the usually take the opportunity to understand what he wants to talk about. I can also share my idea on how he can approach the team with a particular topic he wants to talk about. Another aspect to support the product owner is keeping focus on values, helping the product owner with prioritization, value-based prioritization. What techniques do you coach your product owner to use should you realize that the product owner is struggling with product backlog prioritization? Mostly we have so many, but the one that is very favorite to me is the Moscow technique. Must have, should have, could have, and would have. We try to rank the product backlog in that manner. Maintaining transparency. How do you coach or help your product owner to maintain transparency? Writing out good user stories that meet the invest criteria, that helps the team to understand those requirements, making sure that the product owner is transparent enough with writing better acceptance criteria, or just being transparent enough to make the team understand when he doesn't have clarity on requirements, and working on getting those clarities rather than not being so clear and convey information to the team which is not really the right. In that situation, garbage in, then there will be garbage out. You, as a Scrum Master, you should always strive to have open communications with your product owner, asking open-ended questions. Hey, product owner, do you understand these requirements? Have you checked that the user stories are having acceptance criteria? Are the user stories meeting invest criteria? Are the team members in clear sync with the explanations or with the requirements? Just having those open conversations or giving open feedback to your product owner when he is going wrong in anything, and also being able to accept feedback when your product owner is mentioning that to you which you did wrong. So that is how I will support. So in this case, try to explain these parameters or explain these ways in which you can support the product owner or you communicate with the product owner. Remember, this question can still be phrased as how do you support the product owner, achieve value for the team, or maximize value for the team. So in this way, it's still the same question. So try to tackle these points in such a way that they are clear. And remember, you have to tell stories. Tell a story. You don't necessarily need to go through all these points I've mentioned here because of time, but you can focus on just three of them, lay them out very well in form of stories. So let's tell a story of how you can help a product owner achieve or maximize the value of the team using the STAR method. So here, I will mention a situation. There was this situation in my previous role where I worked with this a product owner who had a huge communication challenge because he was transitioning from a waterfall environment where he was the project manager, and so he kind of micromanaged the team and wasn't even aware, and he micromanaged the team during the sprint where he will be assigning tasks to team members. After the sprint backlog has been created, he will now be assigning developer A, B, and C. You take this task, etc. So very observant. As a Scrum Master, I spotted that. And also the team wasn't really happy. And what did I observe? I observed that he was violating the agile principle of agile teams are self-managing. They need not be told how to do their work as long as they understand self-management. So realizing that, what was my task? My task was to, as a Scrum Master to the team, to help the product owner understand that his actions made the team very uncomfortable because the team had already communicated that to me, and I felt that the trust of the team to the Scrum Master was really dwindling. So I really needed him to help him understand that he was violating the principle of self-managing team as prescribed by agile. So my action was have a private discussion with the product owner, Normally, my product owner, as of that time I was working in that team, we had these weekly one-on-one sessions where we were just exchanging and just working, looking at the product backlog together and just working on stuff for the team. And we usually use those sessions as well to discuss any of such topics that came up. So in our one-on-one chat, I brought up this topic of him micromanaging the team to find out if he was aware of his actions. So in our discussion, I realized that he was defending his action and was saying that to him, that's the best way to push the team and to motivate the team. So I realized that he really misconstrued the idea of teams self-managing, and he was still putting on his project manager hat. So in this regard, it was clear to me that he was not having a proper understanding of the agile principles, especially that agile teams are self-organized. And what I did was had an open conversation with him, letting him to understand that his actions are hurting the team and the team feel like he is not trusting them enough. And to further support him, I offered that we can be having a workshop, 1 hour workshop every day or every week to be able to bring him up to speed to understand the Scrum values, the Agile principles, and generally the Scrum framework. What was the result? The result was that after a series of these workshops, he had a good understanding of the impact of his actions towards the team. And understanding or realizing this, he apologized to the team immediately and he worked towards avoiding micromanagement and being bossy to the team. And he actually respected each team member as far as this aspect was concerned. This reinstated gradually the trust the developers or the team members had for him. So, what have we done here? We have tried to lay it down to the interviewer by telling a story, practically illustrating how we supported a product owner who had a challenge communicating with the team or who was micromanaging the team and felt it was his own way of motivating the team. But my role as a Scrum Master to support him made him to really understand what he was doing, which was wrong. So that is how you can tell a story, use the STAR method, and take the interviewer through that journey to be a standout candidate. You are demonstrating to the interviewer that you have done this, you have an understanding of this, you have experienced this, and in this case, you stand a chance. So that was our question for today. I hope you learned from it. And if you are deriving value from this video, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will not miss out on any video we post here. If there's a question you want me to tackle, please put that in the comment section, and as well share. So this will help the channel and it will motivate us to keep on creating such content. So thank you and stay blessed. See you in the next video.